Hello, everyone, and a very good afternoon to all of you. Welcome to Season of Agents, a virtual event dedicated to exploring the dynamic world of intelligent agents, automation, and the future of AI powered productivity. Today, I am joined by Chirag sir, who is a backend developer at Wow. And handing over the session to you, sir, you may carry on with your session and its content, okay?
Thank you, Sudhanshu. Thanks for having me. 1 second. Just let me verify whether I'm live or not. Come on. Cool. Uh, can you hear me? Can I see my chats? Give me a second.
Yes, sir.
I'm live right now.
Yeah, you are live, sir.
So can I start? Just give me a second. Let me watch myself in another stream. Yeah, cool. Thanks. Sorry for the delay, guys. So today we'll be discussing about model context protocol. So this is the hot topic in the current market. Why it is there, how it came to the market, who brings it, what it helps us, and everything we'll know about this MCP. Okay. So I'm very exciting to talk about this MCP protocol right now. So let's talk what is MCP. First of all, let's talk about who bring this MCP, why bring this, what is the need of MCP right now. Last year, during 2023, Anthropic built this MCP protocol. This is not the very new thing that Anthropic trying to solve right now in the market. It is already there, but Anthropic coined this market and they are leading in this market of AI, building AI agents, MCP protocol. So let's discuss what is MCP first of all. MCP is a easy way of is a protocol for AI models so that can connect to any other services in the market. So suppose that if you have AI, if you are using AI models like Claude, ChatGPT, Mistral, so you will have a protocol over there in the market which you will develop as a developer, so that you can connect to any other service in just simpler way. You don't need to call any API, connecting with any other flows. You have to just get ready with your MCP server like this. Before MCP, what used to happen, you have your LLMs, the main AI what you are. Suppose you are using your Claude. So uh, before that, you have to get the access key, API key. Then you make a call to Slack, Google Drive API, then only you can access to the server and can get use of all the other services. But after coming MCP, what you do, you define a central service in between all the layers, only one service. And the thing is, you just define one MCP protocol, and your LLM can make a connection to any other services what you can leverage into your product or services what you need. So let's start from the start. This was just a basic flowchart how MCP is going to help us. So let's talk about what is MCP and what are the components inside MCP and everything. MCP is a protocol open and standard allow it models like ChatGPT, Cloud Gemini to interact with external tool, APIs, services, plugins in a secure structure and consistent. This is the standard definition what Anthropic says. We don't not we don't need to discuss about it what they say about it, but it's simple and very easy thing that they are trying to say. We are AI models, will have a protocol that will help you to connect with any other service in market. If you want to, only it helps you to write all the functions so that we can whatever you want to connect with. Without MCP, what used to happen? Each AI or models need to have their API key and secret. Then only they will able to contact you. Right now also will be there, but the easiest thing you have to write only once, and you can use their functions after maintaining your MCP service in your local or in your production. With MCP, what it helps? Suppose you are using GPT, Cloud, Gemini, and you wrote your MCP. Now your models can connect to your MCP server, and your MCP server will contact with functions of their service provider like Zapier, Google Cloud, Google Cloud Drive, and GitHub. Tool provider only integrate only into MCP. AI agent can safely dynamically use to like plugins, but across ecosystem. Suppose what it says, you are using an AI model and you are just give a prompt, build me a to-do app. So your AI model does not have access to your databases. So here comes MCP, gives you a luxury to just one prompt. MCP will connect to your Supabase or any database provider, and you don't need to go and ask for their ask for their API keys and secrets. They MC Claude or any model will smart enough. They will contact by themselves, just maintaining whom service you want to contact, whom service you want to contact, and make connection you want to operate on which database. That only you have to do. So let's break down the things of MCP. What are the components and MCP agents? So tool abstraction, like if you want to use Zapier within your AI, you can use it. You can, if you want to buy some stocks with the help of your AI in natural language, you can buy your stocks. If you want to assign some task to your developers or any clients, you can use your AI models and just give your Jira access or Slack access. It will the Cloud module, the Cloud module or any LLM module will help you to assign the task to your Jira and everything, any other services. Function call format. So you have your Jira service. They have written their functions. Okay. So you you made a prompt to Claude or any LLM model. Hey, please assign this user to write a Docker file for my Node.js application. So Jira also have some commands. Take this username or email address and assign him and assign this developer or any client, so that in just one prompt that Jira will able to understand. Yes, this is a call came from the MCP. Now I have to generate this task to this user at the given time. I have to assign him, and any person can use this any LLM model, and with the help of MCP, they can assign the task in just natural language just by prompting a command to any other service. Just you have to use the tool abstraction, which tool you want to ask. In case of Zapier, you have to give you access to the Zapier of MCPs, and if you want to use the Slack, you can give access to give access to Slack. Use cases. Start with AI checking balance to simulate a trade. So let's say you give you access of your Binance account or any market or anything from the market. So what it does, so you ask in a prompt, hey, what is my current balance right now? You can tell me. So LMs will understand. It will go on the Binance behalf of yours and ask for the Binance. Hey, please tell me what is the balance of this user, and it will tell you in just natural languages. Explain token scopes and credential valuing in MCP real-time operation. Also, these clouds are their availability is very high. So instead of operating on by yourself calling an API, you can use this cloud. They are very high availability and they will make a call to these any services. So key components of MCP server, which we will going to write, and I'll show you how they are maintaining it. Tool interfaces, we are just uh, removing the API concept from here, and we'll just writing our on MCP server. Function calling is the calling that you'll be writing some local function, and it will call Jira and Slack function, so that the same thing will happen, but you don't call it. LLM will call it. LLM will call this function behalf of you. Security and privacy. Right now, there is some issue going with these LLM models. They are not very secure in terms of API key. They might share it with anyone, but right, things are going. Things will go very better because MCP is very new to the world. What they coined by Anthropic. Well, in the MCP server handle the execution means you don't need to manually individually go to the service, call the API and just get your work done. Just you use your prompts and your work will be done. Real world use cases, let's talk about. So if you want to leverage your MCP use cases, so build a, so just give your DeFi, any Uniswap or CC swap access to your models and your private keys to them, and it will ask for your private keys also from your wallet, so that he can extract that money and go to the market and find what is the lowest thing he can buy from the DeFi or any centralized finance services. It will take the lowest amount, and if we found key, I can sell it right now where you can make some money. There will be some arbitrage. Yes, you bought in the $10, and in the market it will sell higher than that. Then you will make a profit on of it. You just need to add a prompt from here, nothing more than that. And so safety portfolio management, here comes the same thing. You just run your LMS models, and what it will do behalf of you, when you are sleeping or doing anything, this LMS model keep running, and it will keep checking those services from the stock market, whose price is going down, whose price you can buy in the future, and it will immediately buy on behalf of you. You can also book a flight in just one prompt. You can also send emails on Slacks, emails everywhere, just one prompt. Whom do you want to send, where do you want to send, from where you can get all the emails what to send in just prompts in the natural languages. Calling a tool via MCP. So how does it look like calling a tool from by MCP? In general, what we do, we just make a HTTP request to any service, any service like Zapier, GitHub. So here we what we do, https://github.com/API/username. So what it will do, it will fetch, it will try to fetch the username from the GitHub, whatever user has made his profile, whatever, whenever they created account, it will give, it will return you the username of, it will return you GitHub profile of that user. So we, instead of calling and making a HTTP request, what will do what MCP will do, it will ask you for to write a tool, which service you want to leverage and which function you want to use. So instead of making a username here, but in the MCP server, in the API also they call a function. So we use their function to call it from here. And arguments like, from where do you want this username, this city, not for the username. If you want key, I need a result of, I need a, one second, github.com/github API/repository. So repository, give me a second. Cool. So it will give you, it will ask you refer from where do you want to send. So in case of you want only from the city, so in the MCP server, what you do, instead of making a HTTP request to this URL, what you do, write the MCP function, and you look mention, I need a, what this, I need a GitHub repository in last 1 month from India, whatever they have. So instead of in the arguments, we'll pass these cities and days from where do you want and which city you want. We have to just maintain a MCP's local function for that. And this weather API is a tool which you want to get leverage of it. And MCP server interrupts, execute the request and returns structure result to the model. So what it is, what I was keep saying last 20 minutes, whatever I'm started speaking about it, MCP server will make a call to the service which you want to leverage. How you want to leverage this? See the flowchart what I have kept here. So without MCP, what it used to happen, you have the LLMs model just 2 years before, and you call the APIs of the server like GitHub, Slack, and in between there is nothing to be called a centralized place, so that you can keep everything at one place and these LMs can directly access to those services. But after coming MCP, LLMs can handle, and LLMs will talk to the MC protocol, and MCP protocol will filter to request to the desired client, and they will make a request to them. Yes, see, LLMs wants a GitHub user, then it will send to the GitHub user in just natural language. You don't need to call an HTTP request. So what we know till now, what is MCP function? Leverage MCP to the booking flights, food, stocks, everything. Using MCP, you can make a arbitrage bot or any service which will go to the market and buy us. Which will go to the market and buy on behalf of you, and so that you can make money. And I hope you are getting me what I'm trying to say. And let's discuss more. What are MCP functions? Let's talk about now each component very well. In MCP function is a well-defined action that AI model can request from a tool. Thinking of like a backend API method, but in a structured, secure, and AI compatibility way. So I have written here. So tool name is will be a service which you want to use, Flight API, Binance API, or any service you want to use. Function name is action to perform. What do you want to perform by this your natural language prompt? So you say, hey Claude, give me a flight tickets from here to there. So you'll use your flight ticket of service. In case right now you can use only one flight ticket. Let's take an example of book my ticket or air India ticket. So you can only have, if you want both, then you have to generate, you have to write a MCP server for both differently. Then only you will get a benefit of it. And if you want the server to perform, so you want a function. These APIs they have written by the service provider. We have to call those functions, so that my LLMs can call those functions by our arguments. These are arguments from Bangalore to Delhi. I want the all available ticket that I can buy, that I can buy or book it using MCP to using MCP to book things like ticket flights, book your food ordering, everything. Just everything will be same, but only you have to change your tool and function that what you want to execute from your LLMs model. This function generally will come from the flight, flight API, what they will give, and these arguments which is keep changing depending upon need, like from Bangalore to Delhi, New York to London, which date you want. Everything will be keeping there in just the body. You can call it, but tool and function will be the same, so that natural language can contact to the service in just simple manner, and you want the result, and you will get the result in a very strict manner. So here also for the food booking also, you don't need to go to the app and place your order. Just use your Zomato and place order function, and what do you want, the name of your food, and what other item you want in the service, and address where do you want to do, and which method you want to pay. It will pay also in the same time. It's too hot here. Cool. So you can literally make use of your LMS model and integrating your MCP, and it will literally give you everywhere access in just your natural language prompt. And these LMs are very smart enough that they can generate next prompt in just that you can never imagine of that, and it will be so fast. Using MCP for DeFi, as I told you, if you use your MCP, you can make your, just give a prompt to the LLMs model, and it will go to the any market. Let's talk of यहाँ पर, let's talk here Uniswap or any sushi swap. It will go to the market and ask. It will check in your wallet. Let's say there is a 1 BTC, 1 ETH. It will go to the market and will check. Right now the USDT value is 0.5. It won't buy, but later if you see this value came from 0.3, it will buy it. And without, if you want, you can keep it hold. And if it sees your arbitrage key later 1 minute or later 1 hour or later 1 day, if there's a price hike, then my LMs, my arbitrage bot or anything, it will, they will buy, they will sell it itself, and it will give, there will be a margin that you can make money from that. Dev friendly examples, connecting services. If you want to connect with your super bases, there will be also a feature. Just write to MCP server and it will connect to your servers. Same for the Redis and type any payment. Just you write to the MCP server, and LMs will call you MCP server, and this MCP server will make a request to that service provider, that tool things that we have written here. Till now, what we discussed about. So, what is MCP? What we know, this is just a simple manner of calling your API in just natural language, but you won't call your API. This LMS model will call API on behalf of you using this MCP model in this natural language what you want to perform. So here it is. Anatomy of a MCP function called tool function elements. We discussed very well what is tool. Tool is the services that you want to make leverage of it, and function, that what function, what the method you want to execute when you actually call this API, but you don't call it. This MCP elements will call this function argument, which things, that new things which keep changing. Like if you want to order food, just give your food name, where do you want, which method do you want to payment. Everything elements will do on behalf of you. Use cases, gallery with flight booking, buying your stocks, buying some asset from the DeFi and any service, any decentralized and finance market. Developer integration also you can do if you want to connect with your database and any server side client, you can do it. This is the flowchart that I have also mentioned over before. When the MCP was not in the market, you just LMs needs API access to those Slack, and then there is this layer between service provider and the LMs, which always makes problem when you are generating a prompt. Hey, give me a to-do app, but there is no database access. Then it will fail. You have to go there and manually add your database URL. Then only it will be a complete application. But when MCP comes, it will already it will just in one click just enable Superbase access over there, GitHub access over there. MCP will make connection established between your application to that server, but service which you want to use, which I have mentioned here. Also, live demo. Let's talk about how this MCP server look like locally. How you can build it. So I have written some code. Let me explain you all those. So let's go to the VS Code. Cool. CD MCP. Cool. Hope you can see my second screen. Here we go. So I've written the basic code of how you can contact with your. I'll show you how does local MCP server look like. So you can see here there is a two basic HTTP endpoints. You can see it will try to fetch all the users from those table users from the Supabase connection. I have made it already, which is where I have taken these ENVs and just put there. It's just the thing that right now everyone does, but I'll show you when MCP comes what they do. So it will, this HTTP request will try to get, which try to fetch all users from this user table, and it will create a user to this user table by taking the emails and names, just a basic API call. And here I have written just some little advanced, not advanced, just a thing where I have added a controller where route will be the same. They will call the service directly in between controller we have, but just keep it simple. We have the route, they will call the service which I have written. Under root, they will also call the simple only key, get all the users, from this endpoint from this table. And this here is the creating same thing for creating user to the Supabase user collection. You just need your request body, give me that email and name, and will create your user for that user unity. After MCP came, how we'll handle this? So this is not exactly, but under the hood, how we'll making these MCP server, just see. So we are just making a MCP route here, and here we have one tool like user service. Yesterday I want to be present here a service called GitHub service, and here we'll have all GitHub repos, all all GitHub issues. Cool. This is how you will maintaining your MCP server, and your LLMs will try to see when you prompt a message, hey, can you please create an account for me. Earlier what used to happen, you will make a request and it will ask for your give me your username and email, it will create a user account. But here what it is, your LMs already have your some name in your profile, like your name and email. It won't even ask for it, will it may ask for depending upon your need, but in the first go it will create a user just because you have your email and your name in your cloud model or any GPT model, and it will create your account and get all the users. Same thing for here also. If you want to get all the GitHub repos, just prompt a tool, hey, can you please give me all users from my GitHub, and it will come here. Directly it will come here by your LM's model. It won't go anywhere in the internet. It will try to create a user. It will try to get all users from here. That is what I wanted to say. This is how MCP server look like locally. You will maintaining such local servers, local function from everywhere. But these get all users, what they do, these are the things that you which want you which you have prompted from your side. But under the hood, if you go here get all users, suppose this service is from Superbase, or let's say Slack. You asked for here uh, create a task to at the rate I Chirag Kumar and assign him to complete data migration by end of day. So you'll writing here you'll be writing here your own local function here, how you want to perform, create task that it will do. Here it comes. Your Slack will give you access here. Understood, they will also make a call, but not in general, because they will also make a call from here. Your Slack will give you access. Yes, give me this username in that argument. In not here, it'll be passing in arguments. I need this username. Data migration, and by the end of the day it will take this argument and it will call a function and done. In just one prompt you can assign a task to that user. Nobody does this right now, but you can generate a prompt, just your task will be assigned. Same for everything. If you want to make a bot for that, just write a local MC function and it will try to make a bot. It will the bot will go to the market and buy a stock or buy any asset from on behalf of you, and he when he saw the price drop it will buy it, when saw the market is going up he will buy it from there. And there will be a gap that at your arbitrage that will make money from there. That all I wanted to share, and hope you know what is MCP, why this came to the market, and how you can leverage of it. And what is the best thing that you can do right now is that nobody is working on this MCP, and market is still very new. Go to the market, build anything that help you just to get his work done in just one prompt, so that and he will pay for that. You have built this MCP server, and not only that, you have just seen this prompt. You can also make an MCP server for this VS Code or WhatsApp, any service you want. There is a lot of opportunity that will go to the market. Just build an MCP server, and you can literally use from this terminal, create a backend Next.js framework from here, and it will call it that MCP server because there is a LLM installed by the GitHub Copilot, and it will create that MCP server from it, and the same thing it will do for the Cloud LLMs. But you can not only use the LLMs under those they will call LLMs. These LLMs only will call this MCP server. So cool. If you want to access this GitHub repo, go to my profile, github.com/I Chirag Kumar. You can see my profile over there. Cool, that I wanted to talk about today, and hope I have added good value to you. What I have discussed, how it is value you, and I hope you understood very well. Cool, then let's stop this. And I'm also done with my presentation. What I wanted to share. But if you know, if you learn about MCP, there's no one is in the market is super senior, super having a lot of knowledge. Try to capture this market as soon as possible because this market is still new, nobody's there. So you'll have that early mover advantage. Always whenever someone's come to the market, there will be a early advantage when which you will never exist in the market. Cool. So let's stop this for now. There's too much hard. Hope you understood. I hope did not wasted your time. But if you go through the docs, present yourself, you'll know how much value you can give just by your building your MCP server to everybody. In just one prompt, they will be like, "Wow, this is so cool," and try to keep follow the internet, what they are doing, what new topics are coming in the market, and how you can just be ahead of everyone that comes in the market. Just try to capture everything, but at least be, you have to be something master in that one field, so that there will be always a security for you. So cool. This is what I wanted to say you. Okay, learn MCP, learn AI with blockchain. Go to the market, try to buy. Your LMs will buy these on behalf of you, just natural language. And right now AI industry is booming. Every YC companies, every founder is just putting their money in the AI models, in AI product, and try to build such MCP servers protocol, MCP servers, so that nobody is using it right now. There's only these LMs only. Right now only these LMs can use these MCP servers. But the thing is, you have to bring something new to the market so that world can accept your product and you can differentiate from the world. And that's all. So thanks for the Microsoft team and Sudhanshu for having me here, and it was very good. I was very happy to take this session, and I know there should be a lot that I can share with you, but I promise next time there will be lots of hands on that. I will locally generate an MCP server and try to access this from ChatGPT or this Claude LLM model that will call, and we'll just write a prompt, any random prompt. Go to the Binance, buy me this stock for me, and it will buy stocks just by prompting. It will sell my stock just by prompting in just natural languages. Not only this, we'll be using Slack, GitHub, any service we'll be using just to make this MCP server very hands-on. We'll be writing some we'll be using this tool, Slack, GitHub, Jira, and one DeFi product from Uniswap or SushiSwap, or this GitHub, and some CFI if we have some money and some testnet. That's how we can give this testnet to any wallet, so that we can test our MCP server well. So hoping for the next time we'll learn something from here. And next time when we'll meet here on the live, there will be a bunch of hands-on session on this MCP server. We'll be literally building every MCP server locally in hand, and we'll be contacting more than 5 to 10 tools from the market. Cool. So all for the day. See you next time. Bye bye.